This is the first of a series of videos from an instructor viewpoint of how to use the system. So when you have logged in, you're going to come up here and you're going to see that you're logged in as an instructor. It might say instructor, you might have another name like professor or something else, but it's basically that you're not a student. Some of you might have student roles as well to just look at your courses, but the main thing is you're coming in this role. If you do and you're coming in, this is what you should see. Here's your dashboard. The first thing you're going to see is any student assignments that have been submitted, and it's going to show you the name of the student, it's going to show you the name of the course, and you can have multiple courses being submitted to you at the same time, as you can see. It will give you the name of the assignment, and it will give you the time that it was submitted, and it will give you the status. In other words, pending, it means it needs to be graded. So this gives you the what you can look at. So also this can tell you right away if you're even willing to grade it. It might be past the deadline. All of those things, it just tells you right off the bat. So that's one of the things you're going to see. Now we're going to go over where you grade and how you grade later, but this is just a way that immediately when you log in, it tells you what work you have to do. Let's come over here and look at your left navigation menu that you have options and go through it. The first thing is going to be the courses. These are the courses that you are assigned as an instructor. Now when you look at courses, there's going to be 4 different types. These are active ones. So these are the ones that students are enrolled in, that they can take classes, and that you have grading and work that you have to do. So that will be your active courses that you see. Upcoming courses are courses that have been created, but they're not eligible for students yet. So that's like if you have them starting and stopping at a certain time, you can create the course ahead of time, put the dates that it's going to open up for students to be eligible to look at. But if you have those, you can go in as an instructor. If you're the instructor in an upcoming course, which I don't have any right here, but you can see and you can continue to work in the course and it's ready to open up. It's just not, students cannot enroll in it right now. They can only enroll in what is active. When the date comes and this course is ready, it will automatically move from upcoming to active, and that way students can enroll in it. Your draft courses, this is where you're putting courses in here that you're working on. If you have a course that's a draft course, you will go through a publishing procedure that will move it to upcoming or active. Now, one thing you need to know, draft courses you can easily delete. So we're going to walk through that. We're going to show you how you can delete these. You cannot delete, once it's been published and is an upcoming or active, you cannot delete it. So before you finish it and move it from draft to active, make sure that you've completed the course. You can, even though a course is active, we'll show this, you can still go in and make changes. The archive courses are those that have been completed, their time is up, they move into this status. Now, you can still enter grades into a course that's archived. You can still get material. The student can still go in there and look at the course, but what they cannot do is change an existing grade. You can change an existing grade. You cannot change the assessment weight. So you can't suddenly say, oh, I don't want that test now anymore and I'm going to try to eliminate it. No, that's all locked down. So the types of assessments, what you're grading on, the assessment, that's all locked down. You can actually enter the grades, but you can't change the grading mechanisms. I think that makes sense. Okay, over here you've got messages, and these are going to be kind of an internal email option for you. Now this is eligible for this users or anyone in the system. So that's not just people in your course, that's anyone in the system, and you can send emails back and forth. And you're going to see, we're going to show you where on the student dashboard there is a place right away where they say, message your instructor. And so you might be getting more of these messages from the students, but we're going to show you where you can also receive notifications that that's happened. I want to show you the forum, as this is really your discussion posts, these different locations, and there's a couple different types. I want to show you this one in particular, the announcements. When you see the announcements and you've starred this, so you can turn this off, but let's turn this on. When it's turned on, and you create something in these announcements, it's going to appear in the section on the student's dashboard that says announcements. So this is where you can, and every student, when they open up, they will see that their dashboard right away with any new announcements. So you can put something like attention, new announcement or something, and then you can put something in here. You can make any sort of thread. Like I just put donut day and it's free donuts. Now, one thing to know, only one announcement at a time can show, so only the latest one. So if you have something else that you want to show all the time, there's other places to put it, but this is just here to let the student know you have an announcement. When you come down now into this section, now you're just making discussion posts, different forums, and these can all have, as you look at these can be named differently. We're going to go through how to create these forums, different things that you can do with them. But here's the main thing I want you to see. Again, if you star this and you turn this on, you can turn this on and off. If it's on, then you get notifications of the different posts that have happened and what all's going on. If you don't, like maybe this is a forum that is set up only for students, or it's one that you don't want you don't want notifications all the time of what's going on, you're going to go in once a week and just see what's happened, then you just wouldn't star it. But if you star it, whenever anybody posts in here, you'll get notifications from it. So again, these just run like threads. You can add a new thread, you put a new subject here, you submit it, and we'll go through all of how you do all of that again in learning how to use the forums. All right, when we're here, here's your account. This is really important. This is where your information lives. Here's your profile information. At this point in time, once you have come in one time and you have taken, basically logged in, that verifies, you get the little green check mark, and at that point in time, any information that's in these profiles, only you can change. No admin or someone from the outside can change it. And you can see it just gives you a bunch of different information, your address, your phone number. What's really, really important is to make sure that you have a correct email. Let's see, that you have a contact email in here. This phone number, you can use a WhatsApp number. This primarily works for Western Hemisphere phone numbers. All right, so this is the main thing, getting all your information that's here. Let's go back to your profile. The financial activity, and you come in here, this is going to show if you have purchased any courses, anything you've done in the marketplace. You probably will not be using that at all. The student information, if you are a student, this is where your student records will be, and we'll go over this. These two are important, your account settings and your notification preferences. And your account settings, this is going to be your login information. Make sure that you have a good email. If you have a backup email, that's good. Usually what we would suggest is if you have a company type email or school email, use that as your main one and maybe use your personal one as your backup. You also have the option of a WhatsApp number. Probably for most of you that would be important to add that as well. That's actually going to come down here, and you're going to see where you have this multi-factor authentication, where you have to get a code then to continue your login. And you can use different methods, and you can use a WhatsApp as well as your email. It's going to pick that up from this information that's up here as well. Okay. Right now, I would suggest not using the Authenticator app. It's an option, but right now this is the easiest. And do not disable this individually unless you are instructed by someone higher up in your school. This turns off MFA. That increases the risk of data being hacked significantly. So do not do that. All right, let's go back here to your notification preferences. This is very helpful, because now this is going to tell you if a student sends a direct message, how am I going to know about it? Well, yes, you can come in and you can look at this, but maybe there's other things you're not in this system every day. So you say, oh, I would rather have an email sent to me or a text or a WhatsApp notification saying, so-and-so has direct messaged you. So that's all it will tell you. So it just gives you notification. Then you can know whether you need to come in and deal with it. If a student has completed an assignment or a module, you're going to see that you have that option of checking that for each individual module that you're working with. And then if they've completed that, then they'll send you the notification. And that's nice. You have to balance how many of those you turn on and off and how much you're going to get. Instructors graded your assignment. This is for the student. So if you're an instructor, you get this one. If you're not an instructor, you just get direct message, instructors graded assignment is due, and again, your choices on notifications. Be sure that you do look in here and try to put these in. It's really helpful. Also, be sure and turn on push notifications. This is primarily for notifications within the system. So it's more from like your browser to the Essentials program. It's other things. It's not necessarily for you. It's just saying, okay, now I can use these things. So that's what you want to make sure that you have there. Let me just go down here, your notifications. Again, here's another location. You're going to see the bell. Here's another place that you could just look at right away if you wanted to and see what's going on. And then what I want to show you is the knowledge base. And the knowledge base you can access from here and also from this little pill up here. And this is just if I don't know how to do something. So how do I create a forum? Well, first of all, you have to make sure that you type all of it in. So that would help. So let me go back here. So how do I... All right. Well, let's come back to that in a little bit. It's just running a little slow. The only knowledge-based things you're going to see, however, are those that are marked for an instructor. So you have to watch that to make sure that you have that. All right, I think that's it on this part. Well, we're going to go through, this is your AI chatbot, and we're going to go through that in a little bit and how that's used in the different parts of the system. But in the meantime, that's round one. Now let's go into actually creating the courses and see how that's done.